Welcome to this 3ds Max Studio Lighting tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create studio lighting in a 3ds Max environment. For this tutorial I have created two objects, the teapot and a lamp I've created. So I'm just going to take a render of these two objects so we have a point of reference so we compare our second render to. As you can see, there are no shadows and the objects appear quite flat. I'm just going to take a clone of this render so we can compare later. And let's get started. The first element that we will need is a backdrop. This will soften the light and allow the light rays to bounce around and hit the objects from different angles. The way I like to do this is by creating a plane under my objects, reducing the count to 1, 1, and then converting to edible poly. I then shift drag the edge at the back to create a wall, and then selecting the edge between the wall and the floor, adding a chamfer. Create a large chamfer, and then adding multiple segments. The reason I do it this way is that I know that each one of these segments is evenly spread. They also make the backdrop quite long so that if I rotate around the objects I don't see what's behind them. Excuse me. The last thing I do to the backdrop is add a turbo smooth just to soften it up a little bit, and then convert to edible poly. The next element we need are lights. I'm going to create two lights. Both are in the standard menu and they are mental ray area omnis. So what I'm going to do is create one light, drag it up, and then shift and drag to create a copy. The first light is going to be intensity 1, and the second light is going to be intensity 0.5. The 0.5 light is going to go behind the objects, and the intensity 1 is going to go in front. It's important that the lights are about 45 degrees in opposite directions from the object, so that you can imagine it to draw a diagonal line from one to the other and your objects are in the middle. As you can see, this has created two shadows. I'm just going to add a softer colour to the backdrop there, just a light grey. And then I'm going to go up into my render setup and make sure that mental ray is turned on. After I've done all that, I'm just going to take a quick render, see how that's turning out. As you can see, the objects look a lot more 3D now, and they have a bit more weight to them. Just going to compare this to the render I created earlier. There we go. As you can see, the addition of the shadows make the objects look a lot more realistic. If these lights are a little bit too sharp for you, you want a bit of fall off, what you can also do is select your light, like so, and where it says decay, change none to inverse square. You can then have a bit of fall off on where the light is coming from. So this blue outer sphere shows the maximum range of your light, and between the maximum range and the minimum range, which is the center, there'll be fall off of light. So the light will become dimmer as it gets further away. As you can see on the floor there, there's the fall off. You can also change this manually down in this menu here. Just going to do the same with the other one. Add a bit of fall off so that the render isn't so bright, and take another render. Adding these lights will add onto your render times, especially if the render size is rather large. There we go. As you can see, the shadows are a lot softer now, and you can just about see where the light source is coming from. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you have found it informative. Thank you for watching.